All right, mn669, week 9. So we're almost done. I can't believe it. Okay, so I wanted to talk about CAM, and remembering that there are patients that are going to refuse medications, and there's going to be parents, like for ADHD, that are going to refuse a stimulant, even though, for school age children, it's first line therapy. But I remember a child that I was taking care of in my unit, and he was admitted for suicidal ideation. And the parents were homeopathic, very much like natural, earthy type of treatments. And so I think it was like his fifth attempt in like three months, and CPS got involved because of the parents refusing to medicate a child who was high risk. And so it was like this huge ordeal with how this child was going to get treated. He was bouncing off the walls. Like, it was just so sad. And since they wouldn't consent and they still had custody, we couldn't give him anything. And in a level 1, it's like, what do we do with a child that's banging their head and we're constantly restraining them and biting himself and just super, super antsy. So those were some tough weeks when we had him, but I think it's understanding where the parents came from. So they had an art meeting with them, and they just voiced their concerns. And it was a negotiation kind of back and forth between my preceptor, who was my preceptor for other classes, Dr. Wilson. He's also our CMO, and the parents. He just, had a way of like getting through with them and discussing, well, what are your goals for your child, and what have you tried, and what will we negotiate? There's a case. I don't want you to lose custody of your child. Do you understand why the state is concerned regarding his care? He's got holes in his arms because he's so antsy. He can't get off, like he can't sit. Imagine how he feels, and after like 2 art meetings, they consented night and day. Like, that kid is super smart. And he was able to express how he felt during those moods. And it wasn't a psychotic feature. It was ADHD, hyperactive, and it was neat to see the outcomes. It was neat to see how my preceptor had presented the case to a patient that was more about CAM. So, yeah, week 9.